Now, have you ever had a dream, better yet, a nightmare? Let's say someone was chasing you with a chainsaw or something like that. Now, as this person's getting closer and closer, you're running for your life thinking, oh my gosh, are they gonna catch up to me? And all of a sudden you trip and fall. And right when they're about to come with the chainsaw, you wake up. And you realize, wait, I'm safely sound in my bed. This was just a nightmare, it wasn't real. But then you notice that your heart's beating through your chest. Your breathing is going through the roof. You feel worried, you might even be a little sweaty. This is because your brain perceives this as reality. It doesn't know the difference because it sends that same fear or that stress response to invoke the fight or flight. Now, we can use this as a tool. We can use this to help us. Now, in a race, for the same reasons, you can perceive what's going to happen at the start of the race, the gun going off, you running amongst a crowd of people, your muscles contracting. This all can be helpful because when the brain perceives itself working out or exercising or training, it still sends the same signals to the muscles to do just that. And studies have shown that people who practice with this type of mental rehearsal along with their training tend to go further and longer because now the brain knows it's capable of doing it. So I want you to try a few different things. I want you to imagine yourself at the start of the race. Now, don't just think that you're feeling honky-dory, everything's going great. See yourself a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious. You might feel that way on race day. Or see yourself as ready, but thinking about what's ahead of me. Now, these things that we rehearse are going to happen in real time to some degree, so why not practice it right now? I want you to also have an image of how you're going to feel and perform when it gets a little tough. That part of the race when you know you have to push a little bit harder. I want to see yourself from the third person, running along, pumping your arms, driving those knees, feeling yourself winded even. Feel the physical as well as the visual to know how is it going to be on your body. Are you fatigued at this point? Do you have a little more left in your tank? See and perceive all of this, because when it comes to the race, you want to act like you've been there before. This comes to my point of the tourist versus the resident. Now, imagine you're on a trip. Now, if you went to, say, France, one of the biggest sights to see in France is the Eiffel Tower. Now, let's say that you've never been there before. You're a tourist, right? You're taking pictures, you're having a great old time. You're so surprised about the experiences, the people, the food. It's overwhelming, but it's great. But you don't know what's next to expect. Now, you don't want to be this on race day because you want to know what you're expecting and prepare as best as possible. You don't want to be the tourist. You want to be the resident. Now, the resident, they live in Paris. They see the Eiffel Tower every single day. Now, you don't want to get too excited. It's great and all, but it's just another day in Paris, right? And that's what it wants to be for you, is another day at the race. Now, take this in consideration. See what outcomes you want to achieve. See how you want to feel. Feel it the best way possible, but also feel where maybe you don't feel up to your best. But it's not to say that you're defeated, but you just want to be ready when it comes, because your brain will be primed to go when it's time to execute and perform. So take this tip, practice it just like you would any other skill, just like you would with your running training, and get your mind right.